Hi, I've had this complaint from people that actually claim they went to the banking hall to request for investment information or fixed deposit information or treasury bill. And then the explanation they gave them in that banking hall actually triggered them to invest in that particular fixed deposit or treasury bill. But they get disappointed at the term for maturity of that particular investment that they made. Here is where the misunderstanding starts from. You know, basically when they go to the banking hall and they request for information about that particular investment that they wanted to make into, some of the bankers don't really have the time to explain much deeper of how the percentages are actually applied in that particular investment. So basically they do not have a full understanding of what it means and how much they'll be getting at the end of their term. So most of them end up getting disappointed, especially if they go for 6 months or 3 months. So as a customer, I will expect you to also make a research in the house before actually going to the banking hall to invest in that particular packages that you wanted to invest, so that later you do not start blaming the bankers or something. We have a lot to do ourselves. So as a normal person, you have to go to the net, understand how the investment works, ask for the percentage. If possible, make a research about the percentages, the bond, the treasury bill, the fixed deposit. And mostly the fixed deposits are not displayed online. So sometimes you go to the banking hall and then there is an agreement between you and the bank on how much percentage will be applied to that particular investment we are making. That is concerning the fixed deposit. But for the treasury bill, it is something that is general. Government always displays the percentages which are available for bonds in the market. So I will expect you to explore more yourself, make a research before even getting to the banking hall, so you don't end up complaining that you were not told, or it hasn't, the goods were not explained to you how you expected it to be. So mostly we have a lot of work to do ourselves. So when you go to the banking hall and then a banker tells you that the percentage on an investment you are making is 20% or maybe 30%, here is how you should understand it. What they mean of saying is that that 20% is per annum, which means it is a year, right? So if you leave your money there for the whole year, you get that 20% exactly as it is. So if you deposit something like 10,000 in that particular account, if 20% of that 10,000 is going to be 2,000, right? So that is going to yield you 2,000 at the end of that particular maturity. So mostly people do misunderstand what it means, and some people will opt to go for 6 months or 3 months, but they still want to apply that particular 20% on that particular 3 months or 6 months. When you make an investment in a bank, and then let's assume you make an investment of 10,000, right? And then you opted for 6 months. What you should understand is that that 20% that they are talking about will be divided into two, because 6 months is half of a year. Are you getting the point? So if your percentage that is applied, the percentage that is applied, or if the percentage that they told you is 20%, then that means you'll be getting 10% of that particular interest, or the percentage per se, because you are actually investing for half of that particular year. So the return that you are going to get is a 10%, which is going to be 1,000 in 6 months' time. Now, what happens if it is in 3 months? In 3 months, that means it will be divided into four, because 3 times 4 is 12 months in a year. So you should understand how it is applied. So in 3 months' time, that means you'll be getting approximately 500 as an interest on that particular investment that you are making. So that's what you should understand before you walk into the banking hall to buy any form of investment package of your choice.